Hi, this is Kyle from Green Hat Local SEO, and in this video, I'm going to go over how we ranked our Medspa client in the map pack in their area. And this isn't for some bullshit like best left-handed Botox injections in Petticoat Junction. This is for a near me keyword. This is for a keyword that people are actually searching for. And we got our client in the map pack in just a couple months. One thing I want to caution is that this is not something that is going to be completely just on-page SEO related. We also added in social media for this client, which I won't go over in this video. That's going to be a whole other video topic. But for med spas, it's really important to have a robust social media program, which means posting several times a week, if not several times a day, using professional photos and not photoshopping or using AI, because people can spot that really quick. But for this video, we're going to go over exactly what we did on the SEO side of things to get them ranked in the map pack. So I'm not going to give away who our client is. I blurred out some of the information, but you can see here how they're ranking in the map pack for testosterone therapy near me. And if you're a med spa owner, you know how lucrative that can be. A lot of people, a lot of guys are looking for testosterone therapy, testosterone replacement therapy, testosterone pellets, things like that. So this could be a big money maker for you if only you're seen in the map pack. But it's super easy to do it as long as you have the right tools and knowledge, which I'm going to give you here today on how to do this. So what do we got to do? One, you got to make sure that your main category, GBP categories, are correct. So you can do med spa, medical clinic, things like that. Just make sure that you are in the right category. I've seen guys with med spas who are, they have like hair salons, nail salons who try to transfer into a med spa, or like a massage therapist who tries to transfer it into a med spa. That's not going to happen. If your main category is not related to med spa, or medical business, a medical clinic, you are not going to rank, pure and simple. Or you can, but it's going to cost you 10 times as much and take you 3 times as long, because you're fighting against what Google thinks you are. When you set your main category, you're telling Google, this is who I am. It's like busting into a room full of people and telling them, hey, I'm the funny guy here at the party, right? But when you start trying to talk about maybe Dostoevsky or something, people aren't going to take you seriously, because that's not who you are. Well, same thing with Google. You need to tell Google exactly who you are, and if that's not your main category, it's going to be a hell of a lot harder. You can add this to your secondary categories, but those don't carry nearly as much weight with Google as your main category does. So make sure that your main category is correct on your GBP. Two, I'm not going to go over GBP optimizations, because that is done to death. And honestly, if you can't get your own fucking information correct, then you don't deserve to rank, pure and simple. So make sure that your business name is on there. Make sure you have photos and videos being uploaded on a weekly basis, if not monthly, because people want to see that you're active, right? And on top of that, the more photos and videos that you have, the more people are going to be clicking around your GBP, and the more people are clicking around, the more engagement you're getting, the better that looks to Google. So get that. Make sure your hours are correct. Make sure your address is correct. GBP posts don't matter as much as they used to for SEO. They still push a little bit, but they don't matter nearly as much as they did 2 or 3 years ago. But still, make sure you're posting. It doesn't need to be multiple times a day. It doesn't even need to be every day. But do it at least 3 times a week. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday is really the bare minimum you should be doing. And you just need to post updates on what you're doing. Maybe do some behind the scenes stuff on your clinic, because people really need to be able to know, like, and trust you to get those clicks and those calls. So I'm not going to go over all of that, how to optimize the GBP, because frankly, honestly, there's a ton of other stuff you should be doing besides that. So, 2, you got to get your theming correct, and this goes along with your GBP category. So your site needs to be themed as a med spa. If your website is, again, if you start out as a massage therapist or an acupuncturist or anything like that, and you try to transfer into more med spa activities, you're going to have a really hard time doing that. Your site needs to be themed as a med spa. What does that mean? It means your homepage needs to be about XYZ brand is a med spa. Your entire content is about how you're a med spa, what you do, benefits people are going to get from it, and then your interior pages are all about med spa activities. You can have something like acupuncturist or massage therapist as an interior page, as a related service, but the majority of your site needs to be themed and talking about you as a med spa. Because again, especially with their homepage, you're telling Google exactly what you are. And if Google doesn't believe you, or if Google thinks that you're not an expert in this area, especially since it's medical, you're going to have a really hard time ranking in organic as well as in maps. So make sure your site is themed as a med spa. And to go along with theming is branding. So you need to have an actual brand. Now, what does this mean? This means that you can't just throw up your GBP, throw up a website, call it a day, and expect people to start banging down your door looking for TRT, right? It doesn't even mean you can do that and then start doing all of your on-page SEO and start expecting Google to give you love in maps and organic. You have to have a brand. And this goes along with what I was saying earlier with social media. So with branding, you have to have a robust social media presence, and you need to make sure you add that social media to your GBP and to your schema so Google knows that it's you. And what do I mean by robust social media presence? I mean posting multiple times a week on Facebook, on Instagram, on TikTok. Those are the main ones. Google also loves YouTube. What you can do too, what people don't realize, is take your YouTube videos, cut them up in Opus Clip, and then use those as TikTok, or you can use those as YouTube Shorts. You can use those as Instagram Reels, as Facebook videos. So that one video that you just shot can do multiple jobs for you, right? So Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube are the biggest ones for med spas. You can also do things like Pinterest is another good one. I wouldn't really waste my time too much on Twitter. People don't really care about Twitter. Same thing with Blue Sky, at least not for med spas. But Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube are the big ones, which is what we did for this client. We made sure that they had a robust social media presence that was being updated multiple times a week with information. Not only is this good for users, but Google looks at this as well. I don't know if you've noticed, but sometimes if you Google things like med spa near me, med spa, who does testosterone therapy near me, Facebook and Instagram posts are showing up more and more on the carousels and stuff on organic, which means that Google is placing a high value on those to build your brand. And you need to build a brand to be able to rank in Google Maps as well, especially since this is in the medical industry. On top of that, one thing that we always do too is we do press releases, a lot of press releases. This helps not just with backlinks, but also with the brands, because part of branding is Google seeing you everywhere. So if you send out a press release, all of a sudden that's 400, 500, 600 instances of XYZ Med Spa does testosterone therapy in whatever city that you're located in, or XYZ Med Spa is a med spa in whatever city you're located in. And what you're doing then is you're training Google's machine learning algorithm, right? Now, all of a sudden, if you have two press releases at the same time, that could be over 1,000 different mentions of your med spa is a med spa in this city, or your med spa does testosterone replacement therapy in this city. And think about that. If Google sees it 1,000 times and Google sees it with your competitors maybe 50 times, I mean, who's getting the stronger signals there? And when you combine that with your robust social media presence, which Google is actually crawling and ranking as well, I mean, who's going to have the stronger brand in Google's eyes? That's not even to mention getting reviews, which everybody knows are important on your GBP, but also getting reviews on other platforms like Yelp and Facebook, Yellow Pages, ZocDoc, if your doctors are on there. Google looks at all of these other third-party websites for reviews and for branding signals as well. So don't neglect the other ones. If you are getting reviews, get a link router. So some of your reviews go to your GPP, some of your reviews go to your Facebook page, because these are the ones that Google looks at the most. And also, people don't necessarily need to log into an extra platform to leave reviews there. If on Yelp, hardly anybody uses Yelp anymore. Things like Manta, Yellow Book, they have to log in and create an account that they probably don't already have to leave a review. So make sure you're getting reviews also on your Facebook page as well. But don't neglect things like Manta and Foursquare. Google wants to see reviews across a lot of different platforms because it assumes an actual brand is going to be getting reviews from all the different platforms. The other one too that goes along with branding is getting referral traffic. So referral traffic means traffic not specifically from search engines. Again, going back to this client here and going back to social media, they get a lot of traffic from the social media posts, which again leads into branding because Google assumes that a strong brand is going to be getting traffic from multiple different sources. So not only are they getting traffic from search engines, which is great, but they're getting traffic from Instagram, right? They're getting traffic from Facebook, from YouTube, from their press releases, from guest posts, things like that. So having referral traffic from multiple different sources shows Google all these different signals that it wants to see to know that, hey, these guys are a legitimate actual brand. And I need to be ranking them higher because a lot of people love them. One thing you'll notice that we haven't really gotten into yet is what a lot of people call traditional SEO, like on page and backlinks and stuff like that. Those are important, but these are things that a lot of people neglect, which is why I wanted to mention them first or next. So the other thing too is CTR. So CTR is for some reason a bad word in SEO. All these white hat dipshits are saying, oh, don't use CTR because it's black hat, blah, 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 blah. It doesn't work. Well, it only doesn't work because they don't know how to use it. And is a white hat? Who the fuck cares? Because you know what? Guys like me are ranking our Medspa clients above your Medspa using this tactic, right? And don't believe all this bullshit about, oh my God, it only works until it does and blah, blah, blah. It works. I've been waiting 10 years for my clients to get demotions, and it hasn't happened yet. So you know what? Fuck the haters. Fuck those white hat dipshits. Do what works. I'm telling you, CTR works, adding all this on top of what you're already doing. Now, the ones who say it doesn't work are the ones who aren't doing it properly because they're fucking stupid. And they're expecting CTR to be the magical, the magical end-all be-all of SEO when it's not. You need to get everything else done first and then add CTR as a cherry on top of your SEO sundae. Once you get everything else done, CTR is really what's going to boost you over the top. CTR is one of the ways that we got our client here ranking in the map pack for their related or for their chosen keyword. So fuck all these white hats who say CTR doesn't work because it absolutely does. And you know what? Fuck them. Let them not do any of this shit. And my clients and you, taking all this advice into consideration, are going to be ranking above all those white hats anyway. So you got your GBP category correct. Awesome. You've branded your website. You've themed your website as a med spa. You've got your branding done. You've got all your social media. You're posting on social media. You're sending out press releases. You're getting referral traffic from your social media. You're getting people clicking on your link from your Instagram. Could be a link tree too. Getting people in from your Facebook posts. Awesome. You got your CTR. So great. This is all the sexy stuff, right? This is all the stuff that is like, fuck me, this is all new and shit. But this is all stuff that is going to be like the good, like last 15%. But really what is going to do the most is going to be your on-page SEO, which is why I mentioned it here, so I can keep your attention span before I got into all this boring shit. So on-page SEO. On-page SEO is, of course, important, but how do you do it? So you need to make sure that, again, you have your site themed as a med spa offering testosterone therapy, which means you cannot just have any pages there that are unoptimized. Every single page on your site needs to have a reason for being there. It needs to be optimized. Your homepage should be about how XYZ Med Spa is a brand, right? But then you have your interior pages. You can have a page literally called xyzspa.com slash Medspa and have that rank for Medspa near me keywords. What we did here is we actually, because this is a multi-location business, we actually had xyzmedspa.com slash city slash testosterone therapy, right? And each step in that URL, the root domain, the homepage, the city page, and the testosterone therapy page were all optimized. So the homepage obviously is optimized for their brand. The city page is optimized for Medspa in city. So what we did is we actually took a software called Cora, and Cora is a software that measures thousands and thousands of different data points to get you the most on-page relevance possible. And I'm going to show you exactly what it looks like here. Let me see. Boom, there we go. So this is exactly what it is measuring. You can see here, it's measuring the keyword density, the word count. It's measuring all these different related keywords in here, right? And it's measuring all this. It's measuring off-page tunings, let me see, how many links you have, how many links your competitors have, how many more links you need, how many, what the gap is between your links and your competition. It measures things like entities, which everybody knows are important, but nobody really knows how to use. So you can see all these things that Quora is measuring. On top of that, it tells you the questions people are asking here. It tells you sentences you should be using, everything. And down here, you can see all the things that we've completed the major things here, but these are all the things that we might have to do in the future in case these rankings ever drop. But Quora really is the best way to do your on-page SEO and to a lesser extent off-page SEO as well. So Surfer doesn't do this. Neuron Writer doesn't do this. On-page AI doesn't do this. Fucking nobody else does this except for Quora. This is what you need to be using if you are ranking or trying to rank a med spa in anywhere outside of fucking Petticoat Junction, right? Make sure that your on-page SEO is on point. It literally will take thousands of different data points for you to understand what you need to do. On top of that, we use another program called SEO Copilot to get what's called quadgrams. And quadgrams are 4-word long phrases that aren't going to appear anywhere else except for the keyword that you are trying to rank for. And if you have those and your competitors don't, Google's going to give you that much more love because Google knows that you're putting the effort in, you're trying to create good content. Google's going to have that much more of an understanding of your page because you know what? Anybody can use Surfer, anybody can use Neuron Writer, which is going to give you some bullshit keywords and entities, but nobody's going to be using Quora. And you can be damn sure nobody's using Quora plus SEO Copilot, which is going to get you those quadgrams, which again are 4-word long phrases, right? If a phrase is 4 words long, what are the odds that that would appear anywhere else except for the keyword that you want to rank for? Probably fucking 0, right? So adding in those quadgrams is really what's going to put you over the top from your competitors, right? So get Quora, run Quora, make sure that you are hitting all of these data points that on Quora that Google wants to see. And this is how you get your on-page SEO done. I don't need to go over that. Yeah, you need to make your page relevant. If you have a page about testosterone therapy, or if you want to rank for testosterone therapy near me or testosterone therapy in whatever city, don't write a fucking blog post about testosterone therapy, which I have seen people do. Nobody cares about that. That's an informational query. If somebody asks for, what is testosterone therapy, you don't want your page showing up because you just wasted all that time and money for somebody who could be in fucking 3,000 miles away looking for this. No, you need to make sure that your page is talking about how XYZ Medspa does or offers testosterone therapy in this city. And then you write about all the things that testosterone therapy can do for that person, what the benefits are. You can answer major pain points and questions like how much does it cost? Is it painful? How many treatments do I need to go through? Who is it good for? Things like that, right? So the other thing we need to take a look at too is off-page, right? So off-page SEO for these is not as hard as you think it is, right? We didn't spend thousands and thousands of dollars on backlinks, right? You know what we did? We fired up SEO Neo, right? So you want to use SEO Neo. This is really what is going to put you over the top compared to your competition. And you're going to do it, let me see. Can I highlight this? I'm still not sure if I can highlight this. Maybe not. But SEO Neo is one of the best SEO tools out there. So what SEO Neo is going to do is it's going to get you hundreds, if not thousands, of relevant links over to your page. Again, all the white hats out there are saying, oh, but that's so dangerous. You should just do outreach, blah, 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 blah. I've been using SEO Neo for years, ever since it was called SEO Autopilot. And you know what? I outrank white hats every fucking day, and I am still waiting for my clients and my client sites to get demoted. So why is SEO Neo so powerful, and why should you use it instead of fucking wasting your time trying to get guest posts? Well, if you watch any of my other videos, you'll know that the backlinks and that was fucking terrible. Backlinks and your off-page SEO consists of 3 parts, right? You have relevance. You have PageRank, which a lot of people would think of as like PA, DA, DR, UR, things like that. And then you have referring domains here. And this right here and this right here is really where you are going to compete without spending $10,000 trying to compete on PageRank like everybody else does. So what you can do is, instead of paying $5,000 per link, right, which is really how much I've seen people pay for links before. I had one dipshit lawyer SEO come up to me and say he spent $8,000 on a USA Today link, which is one link, and we were outranking his clients using SEO Neo. So let's say on the low end, you spend $500 for a link just to get high PR, right? You might get relevance, but usually guest bloggers don't let you write whatever you want, right? When really what you could do is spend $100 on getting relevance and referring domains and getting these two parts for literally less than 10% of the price for somebody who's paying $5,000 to get a link that has a high DA or DR, but really is only one link, right? When really what you want to do is you want to compete on as many of these as possible. And the cheapest and easiest way to do that is just by getting more links than your competition, right? And you do that with SEO Neo. Right? So for our off-page SEO strategy, what we did is we did SEO Neo. And remember when I talked about how part of the strategy is branding and just getting mentions of your name out there, like XYZ Medspa does testosterone replacement therapy. Well, you know an easy way to do that, right? So you can do that with PRs, which are going to be a little expensive, right? You figure $100 per PR, maybe, depending on who you go to. I've seen them cost up to like $700. Or you can, again, use SEO Neo, and you can get like 1,400 referring domains. 1,400 referring domains. There we go. In one shot, all mentioning your brand plus Medspa or your brand plus testosterone therapy. On top of that, with these, you know what you're getting is embeds. You're getting map embeds, which means Google's going to see 1,400 instances of XYZ Medspa is in this city and does testosterone therapy. By the way, here's their NAP. By the way, here's their map embed. So now you're getting 1,400 embeds, which are like backlinks, over to your GBP on pages with your citations, your NAP, with mentions about how you are a med spa that does this, with an article all about how you do this med spa. So right away, you can see how you can spend $500 on the low end for one guest post, or you can do what we do to rank our med spas and just blast out SEO Neo and press releases to train Google's machine learning and get the branding on there, get the theming, and get the referral traffic, because people do click on these. We get these to rank all the time. So that really should be your off-page SEO strategy here for ranking your med spa. And doing this is how you get map pack rankings for your med spa. It's really just that easy. Make sure you have your GBP category relevant. Make sure you theme your entire website as a med spa website or a med spa service provider, right? Make sure your branding is good. Make sure you've got those social media set up and they're active and robust. Make sure you're getting press releases out. Make sure people are talking about you. Make sure you're getting reviews, not just in your GBP, but on like Facebook and ZocDoc, Manta, wherever else you can get them, right? Get referral traffic from your citations, from your press releases. Easiest way to do it from social media, from YouTube, things like that. Add an agency assassin, CTR, to really get you over the top. Make sure your on-page SEO is on point, and you do that by using Quora to help you write your content, and make sure your content is relevant too, because you don't want to write a blog post, which is an informational page, when really you're trying to rank for somebody looking for a med spa near me. And then finally, don't fuck around with trying to do manual outreach. Don't pay somebody $500 for a stupid fucking high DA PBN guest post. Use SEO Neo and press releases, because what you're doing there is you're getting the referring domains, you're getting the relevant content, right? And you're getting all these embeds and mentions of your brand, right? Being a med spa in your city, offering testosterone replacement or hormone replacement services. And that is literally what you need to do to rank your med spa in the map pack. Or if you don't want to do any of this shit, just let us do it. Contact us at ghls.io, Green Hat Local SEO. We will do this for you. We have track record of getting our clients into Google Maps just like this, just like I showed you here, by doing this process. This is what you need to do if you want to rank in Google Maps, is go through this process, or fuck it, let us do it, because you need to be running your med spa, not worrying about what Google thinks about you. So again, my name's Kyle Zabra from Green Hat Local SEO. This is how we rank med spas. Contact us if you want to get this done for you, because Lord knows you don't have enough time today to do this and run your med spa. So that's about it for this video, and I will talk to you guys later.